Hello, good evening, and welcome back to HTR. And we're just a few moments away from round 5 here in Tier 1, and the season is really starting to come together as we approach the halfway mark. And it's been a supreme drive from Andrea the last few weeks, and he's finally taken advantage and took his maiden win in HTR last week in Belgium. And that's really seen him establish himself now back in the championship hunt. But who is going to take the maximum points here on offer this evening? And Abu Dhabi, with its new layout, is going to be the venue for the action tonight. It's nice to see that being updated for this year's game. And here to help me guide you through all of the action tonight is Des10. Good to have you with me again, Des. You okay?
Hi Sam, lovely to be here. Let's hope for another good one today.
Yeah, it certainly might be interesting. A couple of the redesigned corners, and when we get into the session, we'll have a quick look at those. But just a quick look at the standings then before that. So Matt still leads the way on 143. Probably not been at his brilliant best the last couple of weeks, but still just the 8 points clear of positive. He's had a couple of bounce back drives recently. He needs to get a decent quality under his belt, and then he might be able to take full advantage. Andrea is just 17 back from Matt then, so really has pulled himself back into the hunt. And Thallo is a further 5 back from the Alfa Romeo driver. Armour King as well, not totally out of it, 104 points. So 39 off the pace. Those look to be the main 5 breaking away at the moment. But eyes can be cast around the grid. Anyone can throw a surprise, and you never know what we're going to get from week to week. Any early shouts, Des, for who you think might come out on top here?
As you've already alluded to, I mean, the new track layout could throw in a bit of a spoiler. I don't know who's had the time to practice it, to really gauge where those perfect braking spots are and the perfect lines they need to take into new sections of the track. Early shouts, I mean, you've already highlighted the top 5, haven't you? And they've all been on it at various times during this season so far, and I've got a feeling it might be a similar thing here, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, so just 15 on the grid then. The banning of reserves competing in opposite tiers now in effect here in HTR to ensure that there's no foul play. We don't want people not involved in the title hunt to potentially have a big impact on the destination of the title. I mean, a long way to go yet in the seasons, but best to negate that early. So just the 15, all tier 1 drivers, all reserves on the grid. As we await then the first to leave the garage. They're just selecting relevant setups and whatnot. Who will be fast to jump? Nobody at the moment. Very quiet session on the hands here, Des.
Yeah, and I thought the 15 drivers would be itching to get out, seeing as there'll be a more empty track out there, but nope, they're hanging on, waiting for someone else to make that first move.
Who will blink first? I don't think we've ever quite waited this long. Although I think the timer has reset, so I'm not sure if everybody correctly loaded in. Maybe they're only just getting into the garages down there. And now we do have some people go out then. Creations, who is the solo McLaren.
Yeah.
There at the moment.
No Smiggy here this week. I think he might be on holiday or something, but he was one that was hoping to break into that top sort of 5 bracket, but missing this week will be a huge loss for him and his McLaren team.
Alright for some on the mid-season break. I fancy a bit of that. So Creation's out early, followed by the current championship leader. Matt's out there as well. And there is that slightly, one of the redesigned turns here anyway. Turn 5. Which hopefully should offer a bit more value in terms of overtaking action. Who can carry the speed around 3 and 4.
I think the section we all love, or that we're really happy to see the changes in, is at the start of Sector 3. That long left-hander now could be, you could see some awesome side-by-side racing through there.
Yeah, I think there's an option to pick a different kind of line through there. I don't think you're going to see everybody necessarily taking the same line, so it'll be interesting to see what does happen with that. Inspirations then. And they've slightly thinned out, so to say, some of the last few corners there in Sector 3. You've widened the angle on exit, so whereas in previous years it has been quite hard to keep the car in bounds, especially with some of the curbs on the outside. The outside of the and Creations, speaking of curbs, has just crossed, and his time will not be valid then. Matt does keep it in play, and he's going to be the one to set the pace then. Might be bad news for the rest of the field.
I think whilst you've got eyes on Matt, I'll have eyes on the car behind him, which is positive. Two of the main title protagonists obviously going up against it near one another. No, I think positive's actually on his out lap, so...
You've got Andrea, the car behind that though. The informed man. He's on his flyer. And here's that re-profile corner. Chicane taken out. It sweeps around. There's a lot of track there. I would expect to see people going side by side through there. A lot of track to use. Matt keeps it tight to the left. Can take the apex, sends it right, just clips it. Lovely flowing part of the track. Those couple of corners there. Keep it in bounds. Does.
Oh, Andreas! Oh, he just kept it together, but that really ruined his lap. I don't know if he'll abandon this or not, but he slid out of just under the hotel section in Sector 3. He's going to cross the line anyway. 124.4.
Yeah. And you think, probably, if you're saying he's made a big mistake...
Oh, and he's round!
Oh, no! It might not be too bad. He might be able to improve a considerable amount on that.
I think a lot of the drivers have said in their practice sessions they keep spinning out at various sections of this track as Tom goes quickest with a 123.8. So
that's good from Tom.
Really sort of...
Louis Sahar, 5th at the minute. Very apt that he's in the French Alpine then.
But yeah, I think people are having trouble keeping the temperatures right in the right window, and during the race that could be a huge factor.
Yeah, both the Mercedes now on flying laps. So Positive has the target, and it's set by Tom.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
And that changes again.
It's done on 123.7.
Yeah, almost a 10th clear of the field.
I must note that Tom is in the wrong car because he got kicked and rejoined and forgot to select the Williams car.
Positive's dropped it round the penultimate corner. No damage, no collision with the wall, but those tyres are going to be cooked and it's straight back in.
Yeah.
And these qualifying woes for Positive carry on.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. He struggled to get a time on the board in Belgium. It's just continuing for him here.
Tundra then, decent lap from that Mercedes into P4. 24.1. Harvey Booth then. Oh, he's round as well. He's dropped it. Just there at the start of Sector 3, yeah. So maybe he will have to adjust his line through there. Not picking the correct one. I think if you had offered anybody odds on a Tom front row after the initial runs, people would have offered you some large odds. But really good to see some different people at the top. Hopefully, from a neutral point of view, I can stay up and around it.
Just going to mention that obviously Rico is in here and he's currently down as a reserve, but he has been in HTR for a good few seasons now, so good to see him back on the grid. And as you've mentioned before, the Captain Sahar, his first race, the first Romanian in HTR, so good to see that we're stretching out to all corners of the world.
Yeah, we need Linas back to double our Lithuanian head count. Will has retired
Will
then
has
without
retired,
setting a time.
and Tundra's almost missed the pits.
Positive's back out then on an outlap straight away. No messing around. Looks to be wrestling that car. I wonder if Positive Andrea
I mean,
have just struggled a touch.
people who put in times that we haven't actually noticed yet. Alex F1's put in a storming solid lap to go P5 with a 1:24.2, so fair play to him, and he's on his outlap for his second run. And Franek, only his second race back in HTR, he's put in a 1:24.8 and he's currently P9.
Yeah, I think Franek's one who's going to get better. Maybe it's not going to happen this season, but it will certainly happen at some point. Too good to not be mixing it with the front runners.
I'm just hearing Rico had wing damage on his flying lap, that's why he's so far off the pace, but you know, he's not had the game long, so he'll be hoping just to mix it up amongst the front runners.
He's Positive then. Needs to just nail a decent enough lap time here. Doesn't use all of the track at the end of sector 1 there. In this widened corner. Use all of it now. Best possible exit to get the power down. The longest straight on the track. DRS zone as well. Then you've got to really slow the car, and it's a slight uphill climb on the left here. And then be careful on exits off camber on the inside. Don't get too trigger happy. DRS then again. We head into this sweeping hairpin left. Slightly wider than the one at the beginning of sector 2. Carries on longer through it. Up the hill as well is slightly off camber. So we've seen Harvey Booth drop it. And then harsh braking zone. Down, slight ditch on the right hand side by the bollards. And these widened corners on exit. Bit more flowing. It's harsh to stop the car. It's been a car from Positive. No danger of dropping it that time. Around the final corner. Does just overstep the mark, but stays valid.
Oh, and Andrea, 1:23.4. He
is.
looked very quick throughout that lap, and as you see, he goes 3/10 clear of the next best.
Yeah, there we go. Andrea at the minute. He's absolutely on fire. Nice poise and throttle control from Armour. Quick through that penultimate corner. No need to worry there. Does enough to improve
Andrea,
into P5.
Andrea's retired.
Oh no!
So that's it from the current pole sitter.
I don't know where he's gone. How's he lost it here?
Well, the benchmark has been set and he can't improve. Down
He's
to
on
the
the
others.
inside.
I wonder if he's, I don't know, maybe giving
I
it
have
too
no
much
idea how he's
beans
ended up
round
there.
that hairpin.
That is a very, very odd place to lose it. Creations then. Not going to set that lap. Abandons it.
I just wonder what the Ferraris are
Positive
planning
is,
here. They're together on the straight. Maybe Alex is giving Matt a tow. Certainly looks like it.
He's bailed out, and that could be monstrous. Matt then heading towards the end of sector 2. What's the Delta going to say? Says he's almost a tenth and a half up. So this would be enough to get him onto the front row. He's going to have to improve a lot through the final sector to jump Andrea. He could be joining the Italian on the front row. Good speed from Matt there. Oh, and spins it. There he goes. That's going to be frustrating. Very frustrating for him. Doesn't improve, 7.5 seconds slower. then has also abandoned the lap, so still sat there in P2, as is Saha. Tom's back in. Harvey Booth, still no time on the board. 6 minutes left in quali. On a lap now, absolutely playing with the throttle.
Rico's run, yeah, he's had his lap, or his time sort of deleted. This won't count.
I like that, we've never used that, had the lap time deleted. It would be great, wouldn't it, if they set lap times and then got them taken away for overstepping. That would be great.
Absolute drama.
Imagine, yeah, imagine the absolute flames coming out of people's ears. It would be brilliant.
On their final
Oh,
run.
he goes 8th then. Yeah, just having that pole nipped away. Oh yeah, I'm all up for that. So, Saha then won't be doing it this time. Rico is on one. So, beating the traffic. That long run. Really got to stop the car. They get the power onto it enough to get it up the hill, but then off camber. And into the second DRS zone. What line's Rico going to take? 8/10 up at the moment. Needs to find a big improvement and is doing it at the moment.
Obviously, former Tier 2 driver. Has played with the big boys before.
I've got a lot of former Tier 2 drivers here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there goes Rico. Into the Nicholas Latifi wall almost there on the right hand side. There's going to be pressure on him then. He should have enough time to strap a new set of boots on. Or as Des would say, make a sub. Get back out again. So Franek, the only one on track then, the other AlphaTauri. Everybody just biding their time. Creations is coming out, as is one of the Alpines. By the looks of it.
Yeah.
It is Tritt.
So, time to think about their final runs now. Make sure their preparation is right on that outlap. Make sure that temperature in the tyres is just about perfect.
And I think there's a lap coming here from Matt. I think there's something coming here that is going to get very close to Andrea. I don't know if he's going to surpass him.
I don't think he'll be the only one as
find
well.
4/10.
I fancy Tom to put in another storm in that. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Mercs threaten that top 4 either. Get below that 124.
Being out qualified by Tundra at the minute. It's Franek then. He's the absolute controller god. I don't know how he manages to do it on controller. I mean, I race on controller. Oh, I'm terrible. He's at just over a 10th up then. I think it said through sector 1. Down now, pick that braking marker. A lot of speed to stop. Nice angle. So careful on the power. You can lose a lot of time just wheel spinning at the top of that small hill. He's almost 3/10 up now, Franek. He's looking at a decent jump here. A couple of places. There's a big gap though between Creations and Alex. That 5th to 9th is quite congested. And then after that, Creations, Thalo, Franek and Sahar slightly cut adrift. So what's it going to be for Franek then? 10th. And that is the gap because he's improved by almost half a second, nigh on half a second. And it wasn't enough to get more than a 2-place jump as Creations is trying to come back at him then. 5 tenths up after 2 sectors. This could be a really big jump though for the McLaren. Traffic needs to stay out of his way up ahead. One of the Haas's, I think. Is it Armour? Yeah. Creations just stuck behind him a bit here. And this is hampering him, I think. Oh, he's in the back of the Haas, pushing him along. Oh, and it's only into 10. I think that's cost him a lot, that has.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and now Armour's round. So his lap is now gone. Creations is done for. Armour King has then ended up retiring it. So Matt is on his flyer then. Oh, Positive's round! Positive's round! Or is he just getting out of the way? There's a Ferrari round as well. They're all going round.
Yeah, I wonder if the pressure's getting to some of these drivers.
Like F1, I'm not quite sure what's happening out there.
Tundra's just about level with his lap, so he's not really improving.
Trait's abandoned. Tom's going quicker, I think. Well, it looks fit. Tundra is going to be the first one to cross the line then. Really toying with that throttle. Good power though through the penultimate corner. Nice poise in the front end. And improves into 5th. And Tom bails it into the pit, so no improvement for him. No improvement for Trait. And Matt, I think, has invalidated as well, which has mean nothing there either. Positive spun it. Harvey Booth potentially improving. As that Rico's just jumped Sahar into 13th.
Wow.
And again, we've seen it last week, the final runs. I think people just pushing a bit too much and not getting any reward for it. Harvey Booth is going to cross the line.
Oh.
Goes 4th.
What a jump.
Manages to get that lap in with track evolution. And gets it into P4. Alex has gone onto the pits as well. And that is going to be it then. Sahar! Sahar into 2nd.
Well. That's your late drama.
Nipping in at the back post.
Going under the radar.
So Alex will be absolutely delighted with that. So it's Andrea then. From Sahar on the front row.
The 2 Alpines, and 2 and 3.
Fantastic session.
And the 2 Alfa Romeos
then got into 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Said, could there be somebody else? And this is really good news for Andrea as well, who, when he sees where his championship contenders are, he sees Matt in 6th, Positive in 9th, and Thallo almost at the back, down in 13th. So fantastic.
He's also got his teammate
Sahar. Yeah, that could be big.
But yeah, as you say,
Tom then got 5th.
Some outstanding laps in there from certain individuals, and then some just not tying up a decent run on their final go.
Oh, pressure getting to everyone again, I think. Wow, we've got a bit of a mixed grid then, ready for the race. This is going to make it a bit more interesting. And there'll be just a short break now. A couple of minutes before we head out. Have we got the formation lap back this week, Derek?
No formation lap this week.
Oh no, what a shame. That is a real shame. Formation lap isn't back. But a couple of minutes then, just for the drivers to sort their strategies. A final chance for us watching to refresh. Top up those glasses. And we should not at all have any rain here.
Can you imagine?
I wonder if it's even an option to put on. I don't think. It should never be an option. But you never know. Stranger things have happened, I suppose.
So just gonna going to give them a few moments to alter their strategies, pick their starting tyres, because that could be crucial in the outcome of this.
Yeah, we've seen...
Are we expecting safety cars? I mean, there are a few walls and people do seem to spin out here.
There are a few, I don't know. I think we're going to have spins. I think we'll definitely have spins. We've seen maybe the drivers not quite be able to get the tyres in the right window for quali, and that's going to be a lot harder to keep them at a neutral temperature for the whole race. I mean, there is a chance now, obviously, to lower the tyre pressures, so I think that might be an option a couple of them take up if they're experiencing some high tyre wear, some high tyre temp, sorry. Or conversely, maybe they're not getting them up to temp, could be the issue, and they need to bump the PSI. So I think we're going to see a few spins. I'm not too sure about a safety car. You would say it's likely there'll be one. I don't think there's going to be a plethora. But again,
there's a lot of runoff areas, isn't there? That's the thing as well. So, as you say, plenty of room for manoeuvre in terms of losing out at a corner or spinning off a curb. So I think it's just a bit of luck of the draw. Can they spin off in an area if they do?
Can they spin off? Pick that area to spin off. Yeah, I think the final couple of corners we've seen, you're carrying so much speed through there. It can be tough.
So, here go the lights. All five have gone red. And we are off?
No, we're not. We are now! And away we go. There looks to be a relatively decent start for Andrea, but Sahara straight up the inside. It's an absolute nightmare for Trit as well. Andrea's trying to come back at him. Now he might go up the inside.
Oh, Trit's left the
Sahara
session.
sees him out.
Tundra's left the session. What's happened here?
That's a big blow. And who's that? Tom. Tom Positive diving through the inside. Lap one charge from Positive on the soft tyre. Through into third. Harvey Booth has got Tom all over the back of him. Trit has had a nightmare. Frantic now. He's coming through the field there.
And here comes
Andrea. Staying on Saha. Sees it. Oh, Positive. End plate gone. Into the back of Saha.
Oh, and there's a Red Bull gone too. Oh, Tom,
he's just held it, is he there, Tom? And that's a nightmare. Positive. Such a good start. Straight into the back of Sahar.
Meanwhile, at the back, Rico is in trouble early doors. He ain't got a front wing.
He was just carrying too much speed. Positive. Oh no, Sahar.
Already. Oh, first lap, 3 seconds. That could be huge. Priya, he's just rejoined. He's going to find himself in 7th.
Trit and Tundra absolutely on the same line here. They literally could not be.
Well, they've only just
together
rejoined the lobby, and so it's the AI obviously in control of the 2 cars.
Positive gets the better exit though, and that should solidify it. No, it doesn't. Trit now coming back through. Now they're through. Tundra, maybe Tundra's not here. Still ghosting.
Oh, and Positive's
also
Positive picked up. So is this the drama that we're going to see? It's not safety cars or spin outs. It's going to be penalties.
I'm wondering if the ghosts potentially putting him off then there. Matt's made his way up into P5. It's P8 I've seen before this corner hit exactly a lap ago and took advantage of some of the chaos. We'll take this opportunity now to have a look at the tyres then. So hard tyre, Harvey Booth in third. Rico's chucked it on at the back. Mediums for the field, apart from Positive, who's gone with that soft tyre and who made it absolutely stick.
Yeah, but with that
sector one,
that front wing damage now, it's going to hamper his race a little bit. I don't know if he was looking at jump onto the mediums after this stint, but he's got to nurse that car until he's done with those soft tyres.
Yeah, and that's probably another factor as to why he's picked up the 3-second penalty. He hasn't quite got the downforce he needs.
There's a yellow
front
flag
left
at the
end
back.
plate.
Alex F1 is round the hotel.
With Will as well, isn't it?
But under the hotel. Yep, the two of them must have collided. It's in the pits.
Oh, Harvey! Harvey's round! Tried to hold it, couldn't.
Oh, those hard tyres, maybe he just can't get them fired up.
Certainly fired up now. Couple of spins. And more position pickups then for Franek and Matt, and Andrea is wresting control of this Grand Prix. He's dropped Sahar now to 1.4.
Franek's up 9 from the start, so he's done tremendously well. We mentioned that he shouldn't be off the pace for too long, and he's right up there here.
Now you do largely see lap 1, half the field tend to get split winners and losers. In that second half, look, Harvey Booth now down 6 after that spin. Tom down 6, Trey at 11. So Tom and Trey, who had probably the best qualities they've had here in HTR, really not been able to make it stick. That will be frustrating for them.
And if
but those wily customers, we said, Matt, Positive, Thallow, slightly down the field, and now 4, 5 and 6.
Yeah, look at the gap that's between Tundra and Armour, 8th and 9th there. There's just 2 bunches sort of forming now. As Franek puts in the fastest lap. Yep.
Getting the squeeze then on Sahar. Matt's within touching distance, and Sahar. Oh, he's round!
Oh.
Same place that Harvey dropped it on lap 3. And Sahar's fantastic quality goes as well.
I think consistency is going to trump pace here, and those that are just don't put in a spin and manage to keep the car facing forwards at all times will have the best chance of a result here.
Oh, Positive, what's happened there? Just dropped 2 places, maybe on DRS. Dallo and Creations both through. Oh, Creations, not a good exit though. Squirreling away.
Meanwhile,
Matt
Matt
is fight
is
this
through
with Positive.
on Franek for P2. These two have a history.
They do. We'll be sure that that's going to carry on. Creations held off Positive then. Thallow sits in 4th.
Thallow, I mean, we were saying how poor his qualifying was. Just look where he is now.
Yeah. This is why knocking around without really mentioning him this season. At one race a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Australia?
Yes, absolutely dominated.
Yeah, absolutely in the wet. Fantastic. For the rest of the season, largely unmentioned. He's up there for a reason. Doing a really good job. Andrea then is over 2 seconds clear of Matt. I think Franek is tight.
I think Andrea is hoping a repeat of last week, just controlling it from the front, not letting anyone get anywhere near him, but he's in control for now. Whether he can keep that car going without spinning it or losing the car at all, we'll see. Plenty of laps here. 29 is a considerable amount, so plenty of opportunities for incidents.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, is that
Tundra's
just dropped out at the final corner there, potentially into the wall? wonder if Positive's really starting to struggle with tyre wear. Because he's dropped now. Creations is past Stallo. He's 1.7 off the back of those two now. He was right there a lap or two ago.
Oh, the Captain Sahar picks up another one. Those penalties will start to hurt him now.
Booked for a dangerous challenge. Striker's challenge, you'd have to say. Oh, Matt! Oh, damage! Out of the middle of turn 1 and 2. Just started coasting towards the inside. Saw it unfolding in slow motion. From the camera of Franek, and it's no front wing. Nothing at all for the Ferrari. He's got to limp now a whole lap and get back to the pits.
In the meanwhile, Tundra's also dropped it on the final corner. Positive's got a 5-second penalty.
Have we got a VSC here or something? Yeah, it is. It's a VSC. So the whole flag on the whole track under caution then. Max F1 takes the opportunity to pit.
Oh.
This is, well, it's not golden for Matt, but it's certainly
oh, we're back racing again, DRS enabled.
Racing.
Andrea is the one loving life, seeing all his title contenders just fall away as he leads again and now has a 3.6 second gap to second, who is Franek.
Positive. Basically lets Matt through there. These two struggling then. Creation's doing a really good job as well. Not mentioned so far, really. Snuck up into third.
Yeah, he's had... Oh, Fallow. Yeah, Fallow's just picked up 3 seconds following Creations there. He went well off the track.
And they're both going in. Matt's going in. Positive's following him in. I wonder if you could see these two working together now, towing each other along.
Harvey,
Harvey Booth! Is it out of the final corner? By the looks of it. Safety car.
Well, this is...
Full course safety car.
Yeah, Positive and Matthew are absolutely laughing here.
Could not have come at a better time.
Oh, Rico
saves
3 seconds there.
Those two really.
Will's retired.
How's
Will retired? He's spun it in sector 3. Oh, there's chaos here.
Left hand side. So the walls are closing in then. And this now, who knows what's going on here? Tyres, show me the tyres. No one on the soft.
Rico's on the softs at the bottom.
You wanted the softer tyres. Nobody wants the softer tyres.
Tundra's left the session. I wonder if he's still having connection issues there. But his ghost comes out of the pits.
What would you do now from the front?
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? When
Andrea's
you
call is
start
in.
on the medium tyre, it's...
Franek's call is in as well. Creations, track position or new boots?
I think everyone's going for the hard tyres. And those who started
King, I
on
wouldn't be surprised to see stay out.
On here.
Goes in. And with the Delta going round, having not caught the safety car, these guys should be able to get back out in front of Matt and Positive. Well, the majority of them anyway. Those who are just trickling through sector 3, so... Yeah, hard tyres for the field except Rico. And they are all back out then, so Matt and Positive. Matt's going back in. Hard's off after one lap then. Switching back to the medium. This could be a good shout.
Yeah,
I like this play. However, it's his 6-lap old mediums though. Ooh.
Yeah, on this game,
that's interesting.
You don't get 2 sets of mediums. That again, that's the risk you take when you start on medium tyres.
Yeah, that's not great. I'm just wondering if Tundra's going to get ahead of him here. Coming out of the pits, no, Matt should have enough speed to pip Mercedes. So
It's also
on
come back in
six-lap-old
and put the
mediums
mediums on.
and needs to fight back through the field. Rico has been caught in the safety car traffic. And we've got a fair portion of the field to catch up, so just 13 left. 6 laps completed, soon to be 7.
Oh, according to the chat, Matt got damage off the safety car, which is very interesting.
It is very interesting, and that's why he's boxed then, is it, I'm assuming? To get rid of that, maybe then, it's worth him boxing again.
Yeah, maybe he will.
Putting those hards back on. Might be what he's doing.
Rico's gone back in. Oh, and he's retired from the session. So a difficult day, difficult return for Rico. Comes to an end.
I wonder if Matt's been kept to a Delta. He might not have chance to go back in. It looks like he's being restricted to Delta. He is going to go in and take the gamble of not catching the safety car. Because I think it's going to come in at the end of this lap. Because it's done 6. Or did it do 6? It might have been waiting for the field. So there might be one more. Oh no, Tundra, that is a grueler. An absolute grueler.
I'm looking across the teams here, and there's only 3 of the teams that actually have 2 drivers remaining in the race. So really, there could be good points here if the Ferraris, Mercedes, or the Alpines can get high up.
Yeah, and there's a chance now. Matt should catch the field here, to be fair. 2 straights now. And yeah, it's been an opportunity really for those who had slightly messed up at the start. And Sahar and Tom, who are now back in the middle of the pack. Will Matt catch that safety car? If it elects to go in, he's going to be steaming onto the back. Oh, it might do another lap for him here.
Yeah.
He might get away with this. It's an extremely long safety car. And it is going to go one more for him. Wow. So it's not the news Andrea needed. He was quite content, as he was last week out front. Really nice gap. Brannick's shown he's got a bit of pace. He set a fastest lap in this race.
Pretty sure they're former teammates as well, Andrea and Brannick. So a bit of friendly rivalry, I guess.
Yeah, I think they might be. I think you might be right. I don't know how many seasons ago that was. Let's see what drivers we've had here in Tier 2. Andrea, positive. Matt was in Tier 2 for a couple of races when he first joined.
Yep.
All of our front runners, really.
Alex F1, Tom.
have been in Tier 2.
Tria, yep. They've all been there. So they've graduated and got so good they're leading Tier 1 now.
Youth development high on HTR's agenda. like the West Ham. Don't know why I've gone for West Ham. West Ham of F1 League.
Second bottom in the Premier League. I don't know why you picked them.
I just think youth facility. Who would be our Mark Noble?
Not Declan Rice, we've gone with Mark Noble.
Yeah, who would be our Nobes?
Safety car in this lap anyway.
I reckon it might be Matt. Matt Noble. So, safety car is now disappearing from the front then. Enough rubbish from me.
So how is Andrea going to play this? When's he going to go?
The obvious play, as per, is out the final corner. I'd be tempted, you know, penultimate corner. Squeeze the pressure on.
If you can,
good
but
exit.
sometimes the game doesn't let you do that, it must be said.
Yeah. Safety car is now in the pit lane, so these tyres, hards, people trying to keep these fired up, it's going to be tough. Andre's going to take it all the way. Franik's read it, got a decent launch with him. Pulled slightly away from McLaren, who's got Thallow breathing all over the back of him. Sahar to the outside of Armour King. Ooh, round turn one. Oh no, they've come together.
Yeah.
Alpine runs wide. Treat at the back. Sahar just clipped the outside of the Haas, I think. And has ended up rounding the pair of them. Operations under pressure from the Aston Martin then. And Matt, side by side. Look at this here. How many? 4!
As many as 4.
Oh, Sharvin will be loving this. Matt, though, at the head of the field. Trey going to sneak down the inside of the sister Ferrari. Alex, though, fights it back. And that's allowed Matt to pull away. It's been a good restart for Matt then. He's already up into 7th. Tundra, ooh, closing, had to adjust the line under braking. It's not running to the back of Alex. And we're only pretty much just over a third of the way through. Alex went deep. Tundra, half a sniff, but tough to pass. Here in sector 3. Just closes up. Andrea, that's really good. On tyres that he's only just been able to fire up on the safety car restart to chuck in the fastest lap. That's some serious heat. And he's almost dropped Franik outside DRS, which activated after this lap. This is great stuff from the Alfa Romeo. Tundra still close then. Not close enough. Trey, the only one on the mediums. Rest of the field on hards.
Yeah, he's thrown the curveball.
Can't do anything with it though. Matt just pegging back a little bit the gap to positive. Not quite enough at the minute. And the front 3, 4 are all spread. Field in general a little bit spread.
Yeah, we'll get DRS enabled soon, which might bring some of the drivers closer together. Tom in that window. The fallow.
Yeah, and positive now. We'll see what he can bring. He's had a damaged front wing, missing that M plate ever since the opening lap.
And Tom does get past Tom. Tom closes up on fallow here. As the penalties start rolling in.
Yeah, they end up actually going to have a big say, I think, in this come the end. Tom, oh, look how close he is. Just clips the Aston Martin. That opens the door. Positive, though, wobbled on the exit. And here they come. Fallow, defence is really, was it just had to lift? Falls in the back of the Aston Martin, had nowhere to go. Gets it done though, really good under braking, positive.
But there'll be a second DRS helping here.
And look, Matt was 2.1 off the back of positive before they started scrapping. Closed it now to 1.5. So it's good news
down there
for the Ferrari.
Matt, as you say, reeling them in. Tundra and Alex are scrapping further back.
Yeah, they're side by side. Ferrari to the outside.
Oh, and Captain
Sahar's gone.
And it's another safety car.
Wow, such a promising debut for Sahar has come to an end.
So, who's going to chuck the mediums on? Who's going to throw another curveball? Positive is.
Treat as well. Treat will put the hards on. It is mediums then, fresh mediums for Positive.
Like that plate.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. That could be very good here for Positive. Just needs to manage them after the restart for maybe a lap or two. And they are allowed to pass the safety car then. They have passed it, so I wonder if any of them will throw in. Or will the hard runners be thinking, this is the break we need to take these to the end?
Yeah, that's another way of thinking about it.
Maybe they just needed a circuit break.
Especially the likes of Alex, who's had them on 2 laps more than the majority of the field.
Yeah, and under Delta here then, obviously. Once we catch the safety car, so still an opportunity for the front runners to throw it in. Positive wouldn't gain that many places. Probably end up back where he started. And unfortunate for him that he didn't get caught behind the safety car. It was just the Delta. Front runners going in. Oh, not going in. And what's happened there? Speeding under safety car. Franek doesn't go in. Creations doesn't. Tom doesn't. None of them going in then.
Everyone wants track position.
Yeah, and those hards must be probably just getting into the mode where you kind of settle on a tyre. And can be armour's going in. Can be unstabilising if you keep switching tyre all the time. You can't get used to a certain compound. Armour's done. He's seen enough.
That drive through really hampering his race. So he's called it a day.
It's not been a good day.
We're down to 10.
A couple of collisions in there. And driver who sits 5th in the championship is out of round 5 here. Seen enough. I wonder if this will be a short safety car because we'll have the field bunched before we get back to the line here. As long as it takes Armour's car off track quick enough.
Stewards, gonna get a shifty on. Clear that car. Yes.
Well, Triet needs to catch. I'm wondering if he's been kept to... He's just nursing the tyres maybe then. I think it's going to make us do one more with Triet off the back. Maybe a good ploy this from Triet. Doing everyone a favour really. Nobody will want this.
No.
Oh no, it's going to come in. Oh, that's a late call.
But he'll close up. It's only 3 seconds, so he shouldn't be that badly hampered.
He'll catch the back, but I wonder who's got their tyres ready. Who's preempted it? Has anyone?
Has Positive back there on the medium tyre.
We'll start again from Franek, who's stuck with Andrea nicely.
Alex
F1's had a nightmare there.
And
oh, who's that?
oh,
Who's that?
Sindra. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he was pulling over to let Positive through. But whatever he's done in a manner of I don't know, stupidity.
Tom to the inside of Creations in 5, and now they're close. Creations gets back past Tom. Tom can have a look around the outside. Goes to the inside. Creations is coming. Good race in the front 2 battling as well. Franek having a go at Andrea. Tom finds it round the outside. Fantastic. And now Thallow coming at the McLaren as well. The front 2 are absolutely neck and neck as well.
Oh,
Franek wide, trying to switch it back, won't get the grip on Andrea.
3rd and 4th.
Tom's up into 3rd.
Keep switching, yep. It's wonderful racing.
All Creations went deep.
And Positive's right on Matthew's gearbox as well.
Yeah, Matt really trying to close up. Positive on that fresher medium tyre. Oh, Matt's like wobble. Positive sees the opening into the final corner and through. So the Mercedes on a charge then. But Matt won't let him go. Oh, he has to run wide. The Ferrari. In the exit of 1. Positive. Great grip. Look at the extra speed. Slipstream now with Thallow. To the inside. Gets it done easy. This is a wonderful charge through the field. Positive might have just made the best play of this Grand Prix if those tyres were good a distance.
Maybe the front runners should have opted for it too. We'll see how Positive's progress will get on in these next few laps. His next victim will be Creations.
Easier call to make when you're in the midfield, I think. Dallow's not letting him go though. Not letting him escape. Andrea's dropped Franek now.
Yeah, I wonder if Franek's
almost that 1 second
challenge is over. But he'll be hoping to build up that ERS again. Give him another go.
Oh, Positive. Slightly trigger happy. The best exit.
DRS
smell the fumes from that McLaren. Hello, still close. Matt not much further back. Trick not much further back from Matt either.
Oh, and Franek's picked up a 3-second penalty. Could that be crucial at the front?
Could be, because Tom's closed as well, and he's now within DRS. Nice line from Tom. Really got the car pointed into the apex. Pushing it through. Rear wing ajar then for the Red Bull. Mr. Fruit Salad to the inside of the AlphaTauri. Oh, Franek looked to switch it back and Tom just parked it.
Yeah, no, good. Good from him.
Now can he come back? Here comes the pole. Creations isn't much further back. Franek looking to re-stick it around the outside. There's nothing there. Positive.
The Creations. Love that.
Saw the nose appear. And then the rest of the Mercedes followed. Now he's putting the squeeze on Franek and Tom. Andrea needs to do him a real favour and keep Positive behind for as long as they can. Tom trying to get away from Franek. Positive so much more grip. Oh, Creations, what's happened?
Oh, hang on. Alex F1's round.
So I'm not sure what's happened there. Creations going slowly.
Yeah. Those two won
and
together
there's Positive.
On the track.
Franek though to the outside. Got the car a bit straighter. More straight line speed on exit.
Both have
got DRS.
Yeah.
Hunting down Tom. Anything on for the pair of them. It will be Positive if anything to the inside.
Ooh,
Franek holding it.
A little. Switch back.
Franek sees him out.
Here comes round 2.
They're back. A bit closer to Tom.
Matthew and Thaler are only 2 tenths separated as well.
Positive loves that inside line. Squeezes a nose there again. Has Franek got the pace up the inside to keep it? Oh, slight contact.
He slipped a bit on the curb, did Franek.
But sees him out and keeps hold of P3. Staunch defence. He's protecting Tom as well as Andrea. At the moment.
Matthew just sits behind a second. 1.1 behind that action. He'll be open to try and get back involved.
Yeah, he needs them to tussle, but they're not going to now. And he's trying desperately to get within that 1 second to get the DRS. Can't. Positive. Tight line as well. In the slipstream, Franek just got away. Just squeezed a bit of overtake maybe.
Fallow's not close enough to
Great
Matthew.
racing. This is really good racing. I think Matt squeezed a lot of ERS there because he's closed up an awful lot.
It's got another penalty. In the meantime,
Creation's trying to go around the outside of him as well.
Freya's loving life
have that done. Franek alive to Positive's line. That's smart racing from the pole. Knew Positive wanted that inside line, covered it, and he had no way through, no sniff. So next time round, Positive might have to try the outside. Franek knows what he wants now. And that's really good driving. They need, if they can just keep Positive behind, wear that medium compound out. Matt's close to within a second easily this time.
Oh, not much further back either. This could be a 5-way tussle.
A couple more joining the party. Positive isn't going to waste time now. Inside of Franek.
Can he get the exit?
Car control as they keep it clean.
Oh, that's a really good exit.
And he is through.
Yeah.
No DRS for Franek either. So that's going to do for Positive, who is now chasing. Oh, Matt! Franek making a mistake. Matt's got caught in it.
Oh,
now it's to the outside. These two great rivals.
Franek not going to have DRS.
No DRS again, though. And now Thallow to the outside. It's a horror lap for Franek. Sees him out. Really nicely under braking.
Andrea's got almost a 3-second lead at the front. Playing into his hands nicely.
Just broke lovely for Matt. Franek, sorry, not having the DRS. Just open the door.
Oh, there's no being round 3. Oh, he's not completely out. But he definitely spun it on that last corner. Has he got
Might
damage?
be as good as with his penalties.
No damage there. Oh, he spun it again, those tyres. Oh, red hot.
Positive then.
He's round again.
Hunting Tom. Not going to be close enough this lap, Positive. Might be under the next DRS zone. Tom might be a sitting duck. Had a good exit. Mr. Fruit Salad just squeezes a bit of overtake, but Positive squeezing his as well. Tom keeps the inside as well. They've learned Positive's trick through there. And exactly what trick he wants to play. Nothing doing. And Matt then over a second behind this pair. And Franek's still tight. Doing a good job of coming back. So I wonder if this could leave Matt exposed on lap 23. Triet again. In trouble back there.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he's in the game, to be honest. But all eyes really on the fight for P2. That's where the drama is as they go round the start, the long DRS straight. Positive going to have DRS on Tom.
This is easy, isn't it? There she goes. However, Mr. Fruit Salad will have another opportunity then with the next DRS zone. Really cut into it nicely. Both squeezing overtake. Tom squeezing more. Is he going to be close enough? Positive, you know he's going to take the inside. Tom trying to force his way up there though. Does get the car there. Positive though will have more grip around the outside. Could
racing.
On the medium rubber. And now it's the opportunity for that Mercedes to try and disappear.
Yeah.
And has he got anything left in them to try and catch
Andrea? I wonder what the grip
Andrea?
levels are like on that medium compound now that he's had to fight his way up to P2.
Yeah, he's had a real job in his hands. He's done well though. Made a good call. I wonder if the pace between the two tyre now is potentially starting to level out.
Yellow flag, it is Triet again. What's happened there?
Here's Franek, close enough to Matt. Looked as if he had a really nice pick on the braking zone. Gets the rear wing open. Doesn't seem to be closing though. Barely close at all, doesn't close anything. Even with the rear wing open, Matt must have some incredible straight line speed. There's going to be no opportunity again for the pole. Tom's closed up on positive, sticking with him. Triet struggling, Tundra pitting. Oh, Tom wide. Tom wide. That's cost him a lot. Drops him outside of DRS. It's messed up his entire sector 3. Almost allowed back Matt inside DRS range. Franek all over the back of the Ferrari still. Just wonder what happens to Creations then, because he's still back in 7th place.
Yeah, whatever troubles he had in that sector 3 incident, I don't know if Alex F1 was caught up in it, but he's not just can't recover from it.
Positive news for Tundra is that they're going to get the fastest lap. If you do the lap at maybe 50% effort, potentially take it here. So expect to see a bonus point for Tundra. Triet round.
How many times have we said that today?
Someone said that in the last 5 laps. I think it's just all gone pear-shaped.
Positive struggling to get inside that 3 seconds to Andrea though. This looks like Andrea's to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. 4.5 pit laps to go. I think the field is looking relatively set. Franek's trying to put Matt under some more pressure. He would love to get past him.
Yeah, and Creations is on the back of Fallow, and obviously penalties will play a part too.
Triet's still struggling. Franek is still putting the squeeze on Matt. Oh, Matt! Big wobble! He's lost it there once in the race already. Had to catch it. Had the ability to catch it. And keeps hold of P4. That could have been a disaster this late on.
He won't have DRS down this straight. Franek could take P4 here.
Matt's just got to be sensible with it. You know Franek's got a pen. So if he does get beyond him, he'll probably just tag onto the back with DRS. That should be enough to claim the P4 anyway, you'd think. Positive with his 3 seconds. He's going to drop down to 4th as well as it stands. This is going to be good for Creations. Oh, who's that? It's Triet again.
Creations battling with Fallow.
Where is Tallow? On the inside there. He's looking everywhere on the TV pod cam.
Might have been a slight touch.
Really sing Tallow out.
Fallow's got the 3-second penalty.
And now coming back through to the inside. No, sees it. Oh no, in the wall.
Oh.
Tallow in the wall. And will that end up conceding 7th place? If Alex F1 get close, Tallow's managed to get going reasonably quickly again.
Oh, those tyres done for.
fine.
No, he's pitting.
interesting.
Well, he might have a go at fastest lap then, so it might not be Tundra's.
Matt, absolutely imperious down this straight, just coasts away from anyone who gets near.
I mean, considering Franek has got, I don't know, a third of his battery, he still can't get anywhere near the Ferrari.
Wobble again from Matt. Both squeezing the overtake. Franek can't get into a position to make a move.
And Positive's gap to Andrea has actually increased.
Yeah, those mediums must be gone. As must these hard tyres, to be fair. Absolutely incessant pressure from Franek. Look how close he manages to stick to the back of the Ferrari.
There were 2 laps to go. Can these drivers keep their nose clean?
Tricks round. This is where you're scared now, almost, with tyres this much wear. Oh, Positive's hit Matt! Hit Matt second wide, and he can see. Yeah, Franek. Sorry, yeah. I was thinking actually about Positive's penalty. That's why, and that's good news for Positive.
Oh, and there's a Ferrari. Alex F1. Oh no! Is that a mare in sector 1? Creations picks up a penalty. And not that it really matters, I don't think.
Well, it lets Franek off the hook, because Creations might have been about to steal that P5. And this has let Positive off the hook, I think. Might mean that he's going to stay on the podium.
3 hits round.
Still applying pressure to Matt.
The 2 have got history. They've been title contenders in previous seasons, going head to head, and their head to head scrap here on track at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Looks 3.5 seconds the gap from Positive to Matt.
That's it. They've left Positive off.
We enter the final lap. There's been nothing Franek can do about beating Matt here now, unless he can force him into a mistake.
But can we just say that Andrea has pulled himself right into this championship fight with another imperious drive?
I was tricks round. I was just thinking as to how I'm so sorry to Andrea that he's looks like anyway he's going to win back-to-back races, and we've barely seen him.
Yeah, it's been one of those where he's been a class of his own and he hasn't got much airtime, but the only reason for that is because his drive has been incident free.
Have Positive's tyres absolutely gone, or is this an imperious lap from Matt? 2.5 the gap between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. So this is going to be enough. Positive absolutely gone on this final lap, got nothing left in the medium. Matt just needs a relatively decent last sector. He's got 3/10 to play with. Should be fine here. But it's Andrea then who takes the checkered flag back to back. London buses for the Italian. Tom comes home then for second. Matt does get P3 from Positive.
Yeah, that
had
could be
that
quite
3-second
big
penalty. Franek then P5. Good drive, had good pace. Creations had to battle back through for 6th. Has been up and down in that race, the McLaren. Alex is going to come home for 7th. Oh, Fallow chucking down the inside on the final corner. With the penalty though, we'll see Alex back into 7th. Fallow, 8th. Disappointing day for the Aston Martin, who loses ground to Matt, Positive and Andrea. Tundra battles to the end.
Takes home the fastest
We'll
lap,
get
though?
P9.
Yes.
And Tritt, who is not round yet on this lap.
I think he was at the start of it, you know. I don't even know if he's here.
This has been the one, and gone! Has been ghosted for the race, and that's it then. It's been called. We don't need to see Tritt finish.
Declared.
But Andrea, absolutely on fire. This is some form, because he's making this look very easy. Didn't need the whole session in quali. Just banged in the lap time. So beat that, nobody could. And he's led from the front. Safety cars didn't derail him. And he takes back-to-back wins then. That is going to be big. That is going to really close him up to Matt. Do you know how many points off by hand days you get for P3 for Matt?
I will tell you.
Andrea was 17 behind. He's going to close up.
Third place is
Very
32.
close.
So
he's going to be 4 shy.
oof.
So he's really closed it. He might jump positive. He's currently 9 behind, so probably should jump positive there. Into P2. Thallow losing a bit of ground, as we mentioned, but it's Andrea. Great drive from Tom as well, I have to say. Fantastic quali. Looked like they might have blown it in the race, but then battled back through. Great P2 for Red Bull. Fantastic drive from the Austrian. And then Matt, positive. Franick, Creations, Alex F1, Thallow, Tundra, and Tritt are the 10 to finish. Armour King, the Captain Saha. Had a really promising looking evening on the cards. Didn't quite manage to make it stick. Sprung that surprising quali onto the front row. Had an early tussle with Andrea. I couldn't quite get anything going. Ends up not finishing. But another race filled with incidents. Well, not really incidents, I suppose, but action. On-track spins. More DNFs than I think we expected in the end, Eric. It certainly lived up to the bill. And we will go again tomorrow then for Tier 2. 7 PM. Positive and Alex F1 on comms for that one. As me, Derek, hit the track from the comms box. Got our eye in there now. And next week then, Tier 1, round 6. And that will be the halfway point. And it's our second sprint race of the season. And that is at Imola. One of the historic tracks on the F1 calendar. My favourite as well. So
expecting big things
August
then.
the 22nd. Yeah, well, hopefully. It's just an absolute gem. So that's August the 27th.
But let's mention
7 PM for that.
this weekend as well. Don't forget. Well, I say don't forget. A lot of people won't know, but we have a League v League race. HTR do take on PIR in a 6v6 race, and I believe it's me and you in the comms box, Mr. Sam.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
if anyone wants to tune in for that, watch us and our better drivers take their chance against another league. See how we get on. Please tune in to see that one. Track yet to be confirmed, but 7 o'clock start that will be on Sunday.
Special event on Sunday. Come join us for that. Be nice to see how our guys get on against another league. So that will be before then. So that will be August the 21st. And that will warm you up, ready for Monday, where we have the second sprint of the season at Imola. 7 PM. You can join me and Deza again for that one. Any final thoughts from this evening, Desi?
No, just got to congratulate Andrea again.
No.
No, congrats, Andrea. Let's have a good fight for the championship from here on out.
Yeah, I did say, would any be able to stamp their authority prior to this race? Andrea's done it now in back-to-back weeks. He's found the consistency key at last, and he's well and truly in with a shot. So join us again next week, 7 p.m, where we go to Imola for the sprint. Until then, have a good week and take care. Bye-bye.